What's happening, what's cracking? We in here, we finally got through the PBE waiting room and we got to jump into a game of set 9 TFT. It's Runeterra Reforged, and in this set we offered up portals as opposed to the typical carousel that we've kind of gotten accustomed to. So you see that we all had the options of either Glass Industries, Yordle portals, or the Summit. I'm gonna throw the descriptions of those other options we could have got, but as you can see from the lobby, we ended up going to Glass Industries Zon vibes. So I'm instantly thinking that I'm going to be rewarded for slamming items, and with those rewards, that 3 extra gold, I'm going to be wanting to be rolling to get something that's going to be, you know, beneficial to have this 3 gold early. It's not going to be as meaningful in the mid and late games as it's just 3 gold, and my interest will probably pick up a lot of that. So I'm basically looking to do something hyper roll, do something that's going to be easy to pull off with that, you know, type of reward. So I'm keeping Ionia in mind. I know that they have a lot of 1 cost units, 2 cost units. Of course, Yordles in mind as I kind of pull out this Bastion combo here with the Maokai and the Poppy. Fast forward a little bit here just until we get to see a bit more of what the game gave us. I grabbed the 2 Malzahars, and I kind of have the option with that Swain to have Sorcerers. I have the 2 Bastion. I find another Poppy, which kind of makes me think even more about those Yordles if I'm able to find the Tristana, the Teemo, the Kled. Alright, well, first augments come up and I'm offered Bastion Crest, Harmesis 2, and Frequent Flyer. I kind of hover over Frequent Flyer for a while because I'm going to be rolling a lot. I know that it will kind of pay off in the long run, but it doesn't really provide me any like additional, you know, stats or tankiness for possibly staying low level early. So I kind of thought that I wanted to be streaking. I wasn't sure how the damage was really going to be going in this lobby, and I pulled this Escort Crest out of the first reroll, and I kind of think that that might be the way to go. Seeing the additional tankiness just in case, and then on top of that, if I keep it safe, I'm able to have that much more, you know, gold coming in. So instantly I slam this Static Shiv as I see the Tristana and the Kled pop up in the shop, as well as a Poppy too. So feeling blessed, never pressed, and rewarded for the early game thinking that I kind of went through. So we start to win these fights start to happen. I put the target dummy in front, kind of inting this first round, but I believe after this I do position it a bit better so that it has a better chance of staying alive and providing me that extra 3 gold. I see these 2 extra Poppies as well since I'm still level 3, and I'm immediately thinking this is going to be a really high roll kind of game. I'm getting the gold from the target dummy, I'm getting the additional gold every time I start to slam these items. I'm getting lucky with the items. The Teemo pops up here, and I'm just continuing to figure out what will be the play around these Yordles. Of course, I'm going to have the Yordles, but what will be the supplement to that strength that they provide? I keep the Malzahar 2 in just because it has a really fast attack speed at like 0.7, so he's spreading those Static Shiv procs a lot, and on top of that, I don't have really a 2nd star or 2-star carry to put into his place right now. So even though I could get Yordles faster, this Bastion Sorcerer has been fine for me early game. We get to first carousel, and I'm definitely trying to find some tankiness for this Poppy, just because I don't have any of the damage items really in tow right now. I just am rocking the Negatron Cloak, so try to think of what I could put for this Poppy. And I grabbed the Chain Vest, but I'm not really trying to make a Gargoyle Stone Plate. I don't want to have to do the positioning that requires. So I find the 6 Poppy already at 2.5, so we're threatening a 2.6 Poppy 3. I don't believe that we do end up grabbing it, but now is the time I'm really posturing for this full roll down at 2.6. I'm still level 4. I got a win streak. I've gotten a lot of pairs and a lot of really good early items to kind of start to threaten this Yordles comp. So I'm gonna do it. I pick up these little units here and instantly find a Teemo at top of 2.6. That's the green light, that's the go. We start rolling down, and being the only person kind of going Yordles definitely helped me in this lobby. You'll see later that we got unfortunately contested at the top of the roll table for what we're looking for. No spoilers, but we find a lot of things that we're looking for here. I wanted to go slow because I'm still getting accustomed to a lot of these looks and these names and these traits, and I don't want to miss anything more valuable that I could possibly pivot to. So end up finding Teemo 2, and that's when I'm cool to drop the Malzahar and get this Teemo put in, who is going to be doing the same kind of role that Malzahar had. We had the Noxious Shrooms in here. They're doing a great job of shredding the front lines, and once they get put into the back line, everybody's absolutely getting annihilated. You can just see how much damage potential this Yordles comp really has, especially if you get ahead and get lucky, get a nice little econ augment that allows you to roll down at 4 and stay ahead of the curve. But there we go. That was a winless first round. We're sitting at 100, and I'm going to choose to not be too aggressive. We're going to be level 5 for quite a while, so I don't want to be ridiculous. The 5th Yordle that you can pick up is going to be Heimerdinger, who is all the way hidden behind the legendary 5 cost. So I'm going to definitely want to find some econ, save some econ up. And as I'm talking about saving econ, I'm throwing everything away. Get some items here though from the Krugs, and I'm just thinking that I need to slam them so that we can get those extra 3 gold, just to even further push how close we are to 3-starring all of these units. I mean, we have 6 Tristanas, 5 Teemos, we're at 8 Poppies now at 3-1. We're getting really close, and that's why you're gonna start to see me slam. I find another Teemo here, 6 Teemos all around. We're looking like we could hit the perfect 3-star board on the Yordles. I mean, besides the Heimerdinger, that would have to be one of the luckiest pools. But it's definitely doable, especially with how we're sitting right now. Still, also even econing. We have 2 gold, and this is going to be our next augment choice. We had Cybernetic Leech 2, Shoplifting, Unified Resistance 2. And I'm looking at that Shoplifting because I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the highest cost champion for free from a reroll, but there's no real reason for me to try to get high cost units like that. I'm really just looking for these 1 and 2 costs, so I've been spending a lot of money. I'm not really sure about, the future, so I want to just go with the easiest augment that I can choose, and that's going to be, of course, the Orin's Armory. He always has such great items for you to choose from, and I end up getting even more tankiness onto this Poppy, and on top of that, finding a Sejuani to provide some CC, lock down some opponents while we get into these coming up fights. Everybody's power level is definitely increasing as they're going to start to hit 6 while I'm still sitting at 5 for quite a while. So I find plenty of more units though. I'm getting so close to critical mass and starting to take over this lobby. I should still be fine with this double tanky items on top of the Poppy and all the health regeneration, but the fights start to get real close. I get into a fight in this next round I'm pretty sure that is against this opponent I probably could have positioned better against. I'm not sure if it was the positioning or what I could have done better, but we'll see it actually play out right here. It's having to deal with this Lux. Oh, that's exactly what it is. This Lux does so much damage, just so good at melting your entire operation. I was like, hey, yo, because I'm pretty sure this cat was still, nah, it was level 6, so had the level disparity, and I just started getting flexed on a little bit. All good though. We move into the carousel, and I was thinking about grabbing that Teemo just to bring me that much closer, but I do believe he does get stolen away by, yeah, that pick right there, right before me. So I grabbed this chain vest, trying to make some grievous wounds, try to get a Sunfire cape to just even more boost the tankiness of this Poppy. And just like that, we finally get the 3-star. We're looking good, we're poised, we're perfect. We're going to be able to definitely find the rest of these units as we're still sitting level 5, and the rest of the lobby's starting to amp up. We're going to see in this next fight here, I'm going against a level 7 with a legendary. Already has the 5 cost Aatrox, and ain't no way my 3-star 1 cost unit is tanking all that damage. So I actually end up starting to take this loss streak, and I have to take a moment here to realize I have no gold. I have not actually hit my 3-star Tristana, my 3-star Kled, or my 3-star Teemo, and the lobby is starting to outpace me. So I have to do this reality check. Like, you're definitely on that 4-star 8th vibe right now. I'm riding that thin line. Luckily here at the Wolves, I believe I get a lot of gold boosted back into me, which we'll see does end up paying off pretty heavily as we're able to go. Yeah, look at all this gold, plenty gold, and then we're gonna get gold from all the items that we also combine. So find some Kleds. I find this Garen Sona combo a little late, but that is actually what I kind of need to make this 3 Demacia, and I kind of get this elite buff onto the Poppy, which really helps out. So we'll kind of see that come into play later, but this is second augment time, our final augment time, and we get a couple options here: social distancing 2, magic wand, and gifts from the fallen. I'm not really digging any of these on first sight, and there's a lot of new names, so I kind of have to go through reading some things. Contagion would have bounced around a bunch of love, but I don't have too many units, so I'm not loving it. You got the mana burn, where everybody's going to be taking their max health as true damage when they use their first ability. That's a really nice little boost to damage, but I'm still not loving that. So I find this blacksmith gloves, where I'm able to get these Ornn items for free. I'm instantly wanting to put them on one of the tankier characters because of the increased dodge chance that they get from the gloves themselves. And as I'm rolling, I find this Garen 2 and prime candidate for that increased dodge chance, and whatever little extra items may roll from it, he benefits from the damage as well as the tankier options. Now I have the Tristana 2, I got the Poppy 2. My positioning is honestly the probably most lackluster part of everything that's going on here, but hopefully we'll start to clean that up as the mid and late game fights start to come in. We make it to the next carousel, and I'm seeing that Heimerdinger, and I'm crying because I'm last pick, and I know there's no way I'm getting my paws on Yordle 5 that easily. Gonna have to reach into the depths of my pockets and able to attain that. So gonna have the option though to complete something on this. Now I have the Tristana 2, I got the Poppy 2. My positioning is honestly the probably most lackluster part. An Aegis, a perfect little addition to continue to fortify the front line, and let me just get that much more time for a Teemo to ramp up and Tristana to ramp up. We finally find everything that we need. The Teemo and the Kled are secured, and looks like we could possibly find ourselves in the top. We are starting this channel out, brand new channel for this set, kind of to help keep track of my climb and help keep me informed and grow my knowledge, as well as help give back what I'm learning to the community. So hit that subscribe button, follow up, see what's going on, and we're definitely going to be breaking into guides, breaking into all different kinds of just helpful tools and resources that I come across as I'm doing my climb throughout this set. I started to lose some fights to a couple of the top boards in the lobby, but I wasn't really worried about it too much. I had the 4-star of the Yordle on this Tristana, but I wanted it to become this Teemo, so I was hoping for some good item drops here, and I actually was so lucky. I actually got the sword and the needlessly large rod, so I can grab that gunblade, and I'm gonna put it on the Teemo. I'm thinking of putting it on the Teemo. I just wanted to see how much I would benefit from kind of getting that Omnivamp onto the team. I wanted to see how much damage Teemo was doing as opposed to the 4-star Tristana, and I saw that Teemo's doing more damage. Let's make him 4-star, but let's slow the video up real quick because I really noticed something kind of crazy here. So I grabbed this Sona, and with the Sona also, by the way, is a great person to add into this Yordle's comp, because you're going to get the multicaster and you're going to get Demacia as well if you have this Garen kind of like as an off tank, the secondary damage dealer in the front line. But the Demacia buff actually made Poppy my strongest Yordle. It gave her the 4-star buff, so you see me kind of scrolling over the skill like, man, I don't want this on Poppy per se. So I kind of figure out a way to finagle around it to kind of confuse the system long enough to get the 4-star that I want, and you'll see that in the coming up fights. But I definitely would say that this is something that they probably could patch out, or something that they might make register quicker in the future, so you won't be able to really pull this off. But you'll eventually see me start toggling the Sona on and off the board so that the Demacia buff is not active in enough time to give Poppy that stat boost and make her the strongest one on the board and get that 4-star Yordle buff. The carousel finally comes up. Might be the last carousel, especially with how low everybody's health is getting, so I'm kind of looking around at what I needed, and I almost grabbed this but forgot that I didn't get wounds earlier with that chain vest I had. I actually ended up building the Aegis, so get the wounds, and I'm thinking about putting it on the Kled since he has that remount and, you know, kind of stays alive longer than he really is supposed to. Get some value out of that. I level up to 8, trying to find this Heimerdinger. Like, where in the world could the Heimerdinger be? I can't find him. I get the Sunfire Cake dropped on the Kled and I get into these fights, and I still am trying to figure out like why and how I'm gonna make this Teemo any stronger so he can out stat this Poppy and get the 4-star Yordle buff. And then I finally, it hits me. I'm like, it must be that Demacia trait. I forgot that's the only thing that's changed. So I drop the Sona and I see, bam, okay, now Teemo's my 4-star. I'm gonna just let this marinate. I'm gonna just let this chill until about 1 second, 2 seconds before, and then I'll drop the Sona back in, get all the stats and get everything I need, but I won't have to worry about that 4-star being on the Poppy. You see, 3 seconds actually was even, oh no, it wasn't. I was like, wow. Okay, but yeah, I kind of dropped back in thinking it might register. Still gets the item you see there too. She still gets that Radiant Warmogs, but we'll see very quickly how much that difference made. I mean, this was the last place person. They were holding on strong. You see the double Aatrox going crazy right now. But with that 4-star Teemo damage, I actually was able to put it out, get it going, start to clean people off the board, and really got to stabilize from that, questionable place we were in and slide into top 4, easy peasy. So now I'm at 8. I'm thinking, okay, should be around that time. I can find this Heimerdinger. He's got to be somewhere. So I start picking up all the 5 costs that I can, just taking them out the pool, increase the chance that when I get to a 5-star, it's got to be this Heimerdinger, right? And then, oh my God, this man already got 5 Donger Dingers. 5? No way. I'm like, this can't be happening. He got everything, honestly. The T-Rex is absolutely annihilating me. I'm like, okay, this is looking like insurmountable foe. I need those Heimerdingers too, man. And I take a big bit of damage there. I'm top 4 already, but I don't want 4th. Like, this was a strong board. This was a really good roll that was given to me. I'm trying to really get at least top 2. So it's a good thing that we did face the strongest board last round, because the Sorcerer's Invokers was the next up for us, and I knew that we had really good magic defense. We had good shielding as well from the Aegis when round starts, so we're able to get through a lot of these first rounds and first burst opportunities. It was definitely important to win this fight, and I started seeing, okay, we've shredded out the front line. We're getting no damage put onto this Poppy at all, and on the other side of things, Teemo's just starting to Omnivamp everything back up. So we're able to clear out this board, and on the other side of things, that person lost to Bel'Veth 2, Heimerdinger 2, and everything but the kitchen sink. So just me, mano versus this foe. I'm sitting here trying to find these Heimerdingers, and I was like, you know what, let me just look over. And see what it's looking like. Okay, now they're up to 7 Heimerdingers. Literally no chance. Very small chance, I would say, for this game to be somewhat salvageable. It was looking like it possibly could have happened. We got one more carousel because the person chose to sell their T-Rex and give me a free round. So I'm like, okay, let me get this carousel. Possibly it'll be a Heimerdinger here. Just the last one in the lobby. Well, there's 2 more in the lobby, but maybe I'll get the last one. Not going to be possible, though. There's none that pop up. I look around and I've kind of conceded the game already. I knew that there's no way for me to really stop this board that I'm getting put up against. And then the unthinkable happens. I look over and it's the Bel'Veth 3-star. I'm talking day 1 PBE, 3-star, 5 cost. Literally almost has a 3-star Heimerdinger as well. So hey, just big GG's to this homie. If I'm gonna lose to anybody, I want to lose to a high roll like this, and it was definitely fun to watch. Look at this Bel'Veth shred the entire team. Oh my, hey yo, Bel'Veth going crazy. My friends, it's been an absolute treat playing, hanging with you. If you got all the way to this point in the video, make sure you leave a like if you were entertained at any point. We're gonna have plenty more gameplay videos coming out, guides, like I said, just talking through set 9, and hopefully I'll get all the way to my goal of master. Cannot wait to see y'all on the journey. Peace!